Hello everyone, so welcome to my video. Today I'm gonna tell about a book which is called Sell or to be Sold, which is written by Grant Cardone. And in that book, the author is telling us about the selling skill, how to sell ideas, whether it is business ideas, how to sell our product. तो उन्होंने इस बुक में काफ़ी पॉइंट्स एंड ही हैज़ गिवन सम एग्जांपल्स जिसमें जिसमें हमें पता चलता है कि हमें क्या क्या करना चाहिए एक आइडियाज़ को सेल करने को। तो उनका ओवरऑल व्यू इस बुक पे यही था कि मोस्ट ऑफ देम डोंट नो हाउ टू सेल दीज कॉन्सेप्ट आइडियाज़। सो उन्होंने इस बुक में ये बताने की कोशिश की है। And one of the primary reason that Grant has telling us that why your business fail is that we are unable to sell enough, whether it will be selling ideas or product or services. Combining the theory of motivational book with the practical step found in how to manual. So in that a book has laid out the steps needed to master the art of selling. तो उन्होंने बोला है कि अगर हम इस बुक को पढ़ लेंगे तो वी विल बी दी मास्टर ऑफ सेलिंग। हमें इससे क्या फ़ायदे रहेंगे, कैसे हम सेल कर पा सकते हैं। सी overachieving a theme throughout the book is that it is initial to take responsibility for sales and for your own success in life. Ultimately it is the job of salesperson to identify the customer needs. ये एक इन्होंने ओवरऑल में हमें बोल रखा है कि हमारा रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी होना चाहिए कि हम पता कर पाए कि कस्टमर की नीड क्या है, उनको क्या चाहिए। और आई थिंक इस बुक में मोस्ट ऑफ द आइडियाज़ हमें जो मिलेंगे सेलिंग स्किल पे ही रहेंगे। हमें क्या उन कस्टमर को क्या पसंद है, कस्टमर की वैल्यू देखना, उनका सेलिंग स्टाइल देखना, वो क्या प्रेफर करते हैं, हमें उनकी प्रेफरेंस देखनी पड़ेगी कि वो कैसे रहते हैं। These are the things which this Grant Cardone has given in this book. And also that he also tell us about what are the things which we need in this what are the things we require in selling skill. What happen when इस बुक में उन्होंने जो एक बात कही है कि जब हम सेल करते हैं कोई भी चीज़, मैं प्रोडक्ट की बात नहीं कर रही हूँ, या फिर अपने आइडिया को बताने की कोशिश करते हैं, वी समहाउ हम क्या कोशिश करते हैं कि हम सिर्फ अपना सेलिंग आइडिया बताने की कोशिश करें, कितना अच्छा प्रोडक्ट है, ये देखो सर इसमें ये सारी चीज़ें हैं, फीचर्स हैं। वी मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम और मोस्टली ऑल द टाइम वी डोंट इवन कंसिडर व्हाट अदर पीपल माइट बी आस्किंग अस। उनको क्या चाहिए, उनको किस चीज़ में इंटरेस्ट है, वी वर जस्ट गिविंग देम बंच ऑफ आइडियाज़, दे माइट गेट कंफ्यूज. So, because of all this, Grant Cardone has said that in that we are forgetting about the customer or the person who need the product. Uh, in the selling skill, the skill which we need is to identify the customer first, identify the customer perspective, identify the ideas, their selling style, उनको क्या चाहिए, क्या ज़रूरत है, वो किस टाइप में ख़रीदना पसंद करते हैं, दे आर हाई मेंटेनेंस और लो मेंटेनेंस. So all these things which has been given by Grant Cardone in this book. और इस बुक में उन्होंने उन्होंने एक और चीज़ का जिक्र किया था कि तुम्हारा इनके प्रोसेस क्या होते हैं, कितने स्टेप्स होते हैं, जो मैं आगे आपको बताऊंगी। अभी अभी सिर्फ मैं आपको एक ओवरऑल व्यू दे रही हूँ कि उसने हाउ ही हाउ ही ट्राई टू टेल अस और एक्सप्लेन अस कि सेलिंग क्यों ज़रूरी है या फिर किस लिए ज़रूरी है। या सिर्फ मैं बिज़नेस की बात नहीं हो रही है, तुम्हें आगे अगर लाइफ में सक्सीड भी होना है ना, तो हमें सेलिंग स्किल हमारे लिए मस्ट है। सेलिंग या फिर प्रोडक्ट को बेचना नहीं होता कि हम अपने आप को भी सेल कर सकते हैं, हमारे आइडियाज़ को, हमें अपने दोस्त बनाने हैं, हमें अपनी किसी इमेज बनानी है, रेपो बिल्डिंग करनी है, हम किसी प्लेस पे जा रहे हैं, ग्रुप्स बैठे हैं उधर, और हम अपने आप को कैसे सेल करें कि लोग हमें पसंद करें, उसको भी एक सेलिंग स्किल ही बोल सकते हैं। तो हम ग्रांट ने ये बात बोली है कि यू हैव टू, इफ़ यू वांट टू सक्सीड इन लाइफ, और मोस्ट ऑफ द पर्सन जो सक्सीड हुए हैं लाइफ में, जो बिलियनर्स है, जो मिलियनर्स है, जो अपने आइडियाज़ को सेल कर पाए हैं बिकॉज ऑफ देयर स्किल, बिकॉज दे एबल टू सेल देयर आइडियाज़। अगर हमें ये करना आ गया तो हमारे लिए सेलिंग बिल्कुल भी मुश्किल नहीं रहेगी, क्योंकि ये जो स्किल है ये एक्सपीरियंस से आती है, या फिर प्रैक्टिस से आती है, या फिर तुम्हें इसकी जितनी हो सके नॉलेज लेनी पड़ती है। तो overall concept of in this book about selling, how we can build our lifestyle, or how we can be succeeded by selling our ideas और हमारी प्रोडक्ट और सर्विसेज, और इसमें हम अपने आपकी जो हमारी स्किल है उसको कैसे इम्प्रूव करें, ये सब के बारे में बताया है। तो लेट मी टेल यू अबाउट द आइडियाज़ विच आई माइट फाइंड इंटरेस्टिंग। तो लेट मी जस्ट गिव यू द ब्रीफ डिटेल अबाउट इट। सो एज आई वाज सेइंग कि ग्रांट कार्डोने ने एक बुक लिखी है अबाउट सेलिंग और टू बी सोल्ड पे। सो इन दैट बुक ही हैज़ गिवन अस वेरियस एग्जांपल्स which I find interesting, which I'm gonna tell you. Mainly, he is telling that selling is way of life. In that, he is telling one line, he has written one line, which I will be telling you. That the only people that are getting promoted in life are those that are able to sell the most successfully, sell their ideas to others, as we all know. And one more thing is telling you about sell yourself. The greatest sales of all is to sell yourself. Conviction is to make or break point in any transaction. Without conviction, the sale will not happen. So customer do not stop sales. It is the salesperson who stops sales from happening. You, not the customer, are the barrier to close deal. तो उन्होंने बोला है कि एक कस्टमर जिसको सामान लेने आया वो सामान लेके ही जाएगा। ही मेड द माइंडसेट टू बाय समथिंग, बट इट्स अप टू यू इफ़ यू वांट। इफ़ तुम्हारे पास वो एबिलिटी है, तुम उसको ये सेल कर सकते हो नहीं कर सकते हो, वो तुम्हारे ऊपर डिपेंड है। कभी कस्टमर डील सेल्स स्टॉप नहीं करता, वो डिपेंड करता है हम पे, हम सेल एज ए सेल्स पर्सन पे, कि तुम उसको ये सेल कर पा रहे हो या फिर नहीं कर पा रहे हो। And commitment is initial to make a firm decision. It allows the salesperson to stop wondering and to follow through the action. One more thing which he has tell us about, it is a price myth. तो हम हमेशा सोचते हैं, अगर हम कस्टमर, इफ वी ऑलवेज थिंक दैट इफ वी सेल समथिंग हायर which has higher price, the customer might not be interested, or he will think that it is way too pricey, we can't buy that. But it is all myth. Price is almost never the stumbling block to a sale. It will be never be. If you want to, if customer want to buy something, if he made the mindset, of course he will buy something which will have good quality. So I don't think so price is what author is saying, that Grant Cardone has said that price was never a stumbling block to a sale. It is always a myth. If buyer hesitate over the price, they are not saying that this is too much money for me to spend. They are saying that this is too much money for this particular product. वो ये नहीं बोल रहे कि पैसे बहुत ज़्यादा मैं स्पेंड कर रहा हूँ, वो बोलते कि इस प्रोडक्ट पे मैं इतने पैसे नहीं खर्च करना चाह रहा हूँ. So if the customer really want the product, then money will not be the object. It will never be the object. In this situation, it is better to try to sell a more expensive product and judge the customer expense. In other words, I'm saying that always move up rather than move down. The mistake we do is that we always, when the customer hesitant that I didn't want to buy that, it is way too pricey, we have to give them the product which is higher, so we can tell them what are the benefits they are getting in that. Once a customer discover a product that he loves, the price will not be the value. अगर उनको उस प्रोडक्ट में उनकी हर चीज़, उन्हें क्वालिटी उनके जो चाहिए वो मिल जाएगा, तभी पैसे मैटर नहीं करते. And when in that author also tell that when he can't close a sales, what he will do, I always try to move the buyer up to a bigger or more expensive product as the first solution to price obsession. And it is also important to bear in mind that the second money is easier the first money. In other words, I'm saying once a customer has already committed to spending something, they are more likely to return to spend again or further product. It is likely to, at the end of the day, more they spend, the better they feel. It is always the case. And one thing is very famous, I think we all have heard about it, that always agree with the customer, never disagree with them. They wanted to buy something and you wanted to sell. If you have some disagreement between each other, I don't think so it might going to work. So never be disagree with the customer. Always customer is always right. We have to keep in that in mind. So a salesperson is really in the people business, not the selling business. As a result, it is initial to start any sales from positioning of the agreement or disagreement with the customer viewpoint create a adversarial relationship which is unlikely to succeed. अगर तुम disagree करोगे obvious है तुम you can't be succeeded. They will might think that he's not interested or he is not listening to me. He might get wrong idea about you, whether you are helping them or not. But never disagree with them. Just tell them that yes. Just tell them that this product will not work for us. Instead of responding yes it will, then take a step back and found some common ground. You can say that I can see why you might think that, but here's some additional information. You can give them the ideas that this I might get what you're saying, but this is the thing you need. And another thing this author is telling us about the importance of trust. When I was reading the book, the important part which I might find interesting is the importance of trust. Importance in any sale. इट इज़ इम्पोर्टेंट, ये बहुत ज़रूरी होता है कि हम ट्रस्ट इस्टेब्लिश करें. एज इनिशियल पार्ट ऑफ दिस इज टू शो rather than tell. People tend to trust and believe that they see rather than what they hear. So it is always better to show how the product will benefit the customer rather than demand and they take your words for it. And he has said that one line I will be telling you: when you're documenting facts for your customer, it is preferable to use third party material. The support what are you saying. Remember, people believe what they see, not the what they hear. हमने इस हमेशा सुना होगी कि पीपल हमेशा यकीन करते हुए जो देखते हैं ना कि जो सुनते हैं. तो उनको हमें चीज़ें ट्रस्ट करानी होगी या फिर कुछ हमें उसे एग्जांपल, रियल लाइफ एग्जांपल बताना होगा कि देखो हमने ऐसा किया था तो इस वजह से ये हो पाया है. And one more thing which the author has tell us about is give. Always we have to make them feel special. We have to make them feel superior so that they can feel serviced. Always make the customer feel serviced rather than sold. उनको ये नहीं दिखाना कि सिर्फ हम तुम्हें प्रोडक्ट बेच रहे हैं. उनको उनके माइंडसेट में ये होना चाहिए हाँ ये हमें एक सर्विस प्रोवाइड कर रहा है जो हमारे लिए बेनिफिट रहेगी. फॉर द आई एम टेलिंग अबाउट द कस्टमर, वी हैव टू मेक देम फील दैट they are getting benefited from the product that they are buying from us. So people will pay more for agreeable, positive and enjoyable experience that they will get a great product. We can take example of us from if we are going in a nice restaurant. uh, we are eating the great food and the staff were way too friendly with way too comfortable with us and way too friendly, and the food is awesome. We will obviously give tip to them that the food is great and the environment, the everything we see in restaurant बहुत अच्छी सजावट है और बैठने के लिए इतनी कंफर्टेबल प्लेस है. तो वो सब हमें अच्छा लगता है तो हम उनको पैसे देते हैं. और एक हम अच्छे रेस्टोरेंट में जा रहे हैं, बैठने को जगह नहीं है, बहुत खिंच है और स्टाफ भी बहुत रूड है और बहुत लेट खाना आ रहा है और जब खाना आया हमें पसंद भी नहीं आया, तो ऑब्वियस बात है हमें अच्छा नहीं लगेगा. वी विल नॉट फाइंड दैट माइट इंटरेस्टेड एंड वी विल नॉट गो इन दैट रेस्टोरेंट अगेन. सो हम उसका एग्जाम्पल ले सकते हैं. सो इस गिव की क्या बात है कि फॉर द सेल्स पर्सन दिस मीन्स गिविंग एनर्जी, अटेंशन एंड सजेशन टू द कस्टमर. उसको पूरी अटेंशन देनी है, पूरी एनर्जी देनी है अपनी कि हम तुम्हारे लिए ही है, तुम्हें सर्विस प्रोवाइड करने के लिए ही है. फॉर दिस इट इज़ ऑल्सो इम्पोर्टेंट टू गिव द कस्टमर फुल इन्फॉर्मेशन. ये हमेशा हम भूल जाते हैं कि उनको एक पूरी इन्फॉर्मेशन और फुल इन्फॉर्मेशन देना बहुत ज़रूरी है. मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम हम क्या करते हैं कि शायद ये ख़रीदे ना हमसे, तो हम उनको कुछ कुछ बातें नहीं बताते हैं जो आगे जाकर उनको पता चलनी ही होती है. तो व्हाट वी डू इज़ दैट वी आर बीइंग डिसऑनेस्ट टू देम और in future they will not trust us. Whatever you are giving services or product, they will not come back to you. Why would they will come? And if we will giving the full information and telling you that this will be also happen, so they might get they will trust us, so that they feel the control of the process and purchase. At the end of the day, providing a sense of services is more important the act of selling. And so, and he also said that one line, which I'm going to tell you, that if someone asks me for a drink, I get it for them, open the bottle, and bring the glass, ice, and a napkin. So he just asked for a drink. We are providing them each and everything which he might need it. but we are not sure, so we have to give them full attention, everything, so they might feel superior. Not superior, they might feel that they are uh, that the person who is selling our stuff is genuine. And what the things that in conclusion I might get is that first is greet and welcome, determine wants and needs, then find present the product as a solution to the need, not that you want to sell, but to provide them the solution, make the proposal and close the deal. More often than not, salespeople launch into their pitch without knowing anything about the customer or their need, which is a surefire way to miss the sales. And what is important to the buyer? Why do they need it? What is the ideal scene for them? What is it they are actually trying to accomplish with the purchase? मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम क्या करते हैं हम, ज़्यादा कस्टमर की को जानने की कोशिश नहीं करते. ही केम फॉर द प्रोडक्ट एंड वी आर गोइंग टू सेल दैट. हम कोशिश नहीं करते कि उनको क्यों चाहिए, वाट दे नीड टू, वाट आर देयर अकम्प्लिश विद दिस परचेज, what is it that really make them feel good, if they could get anything they wanted, what would that be? So we have to ask these type of question to ourselves to make our proper selling to the customer. These are the questions we have to ask. And as I was you telling that selling is a way of life into the people business. ये बात मुझे आई थिंक आई फाइंड दिस आइडिया वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग दैट टू व्यू द आर्ट ऑफ सेलिंग एज अ वे ऑफ लाइफ टू अचीव सक्सेस इज द कोर ऑफ द कार्डोन सेल्स फिलोसफी. जो ने जो ग्रांड ने फिलोसफी दिया, आई थिंक दैट इज दैट द व्यू ऑफ आर्ट ऑफ सेलिंग इज अ वे ऑफ लाइफ टू अचीव सक्सेस, and the natural give and take process depicted in sales transaction if all kind of cross continent and culture drive and enriches the life of people on earth. Business professional, entrepreneur and individual face situationship every day. They require a sales or an act of persuasion. We might sometimes persuade them, or we need a sales, what whether hard or soft. Selling is a तो ग्रांड ने एक और आई थिंक आई हैव गिवन यू द आइडियाज, बट वन मोर थिंग विच ही हैज टेल अस अबाउट, विच आई माइट फाइंड इंटरेस्टिंग ऑल्सो, दैट selling is a way of life in the people business. And we all know that selling is a fundamental and necessary to survive and thrive in the modern times, whether or not one is effective at it. And salesperson make the world go round by influencing how the masses buy products and services, and those transactions mobilize every economy on the planet. The truth about is that every business or fundamentally exchange between people working in any industry require dealing with people on some level. So for this reason, the first and the most important sale to sell oneself the other with confidence and skill. So doing so create a foundation and set the tone all exchange and the required position. And one's ability to relate to others conventionally and get others to believe him in the essence of sales are developing charismatic traits place in one powerful position to use sales tactics to succeed many endeavors. Cardone insists that the most active salesperson in the game are in fact amateurs, and the reason why many customers hold a negative view of several seller is that the many lack sales aptitude, experience, and finances. As I told you, that when the salesperson who are not get succeeded is that इनके पास एप्टीट्यूड एक्सपीरियंस की कमी होती है, जो मतलब वो नहीं समझते कि कस्टमर को क्या चाहिए. Sales excellence come from the practicing, as I told you, it come from the experience, sound strategic, and developing persuasive skills over time to learn to flow in any environment. Those who strive to become more professionally trained, socially adept, and persistent are the one who wins at sales. Once a sales relation begun in the mind of the consumer, the sales must work or establish trust and providing a useful product or services solution for the client. And all preparations and executing the sales process are relentless in closing and believing in what they are promoting to score. Persuasive sellers know that the customer buy to gain something or solve a problem, and those who truly want it, it will pay any amount to get it. And the things which and these are the things which he required. So I think मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि ये चीज़ें इम्पोर्टेंट थी एक सेलिंग स्किल के लिए जो चाहिए होती है. जब मैं बुक पढ़ रही थी ना, तो थिंग्स विच आई फाइंड ऑफ थिंग्स विच वर जनरेटिंग इन माई माइंड वॉज दैट उन्होंने एक चैप्टर था, तो उन्होंने उसमें मुझे जब इस ऑथर ने बताया कि द टॉप 10 कमांडेंट्स ऑफ सेल्स, तो मैं वो जब पढ़ रही थी तो आई फाइंड इट इज़ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग। लेट मी जस्ट गिव यू द ब्रीफ डिटेल अबाउट, जो मुझे लगा कि ये इम्पोर्टेंट स्टफ होता है। uh, क्या उन्होंने फर्स्ट द थिंग्स विच वी फाइंड इज दैट बी प्राउड एंड बी पॉजिटिव। एज वी ऑल नो दैट इन सेलिंग फील्ड इज़ अ वेरी लोनली प्लेस। सब लोग होते हैं हमारे साथ, बट हम अकेले होते हैं, कोई नहीं है हमें मोटिवेट करने के लिए। सो वी मस्ट बी ऑलवेज प्राउड टू आवर सेल्फ दैट वी आर अ सेल्स पर्सन, and one must be proud of what is being sold, understand the benefit and feature to promote it, and generate positive feeling. Whatever product he is selling, he might know all the information about that product which he is selling, and he have to genuinely believe in that product in other toward the life to sell it. And an easy sales pitch is a nightmare to listen to, and poor or converting prospect into belief but eagerness closes deals. जिस प्रोडक्ट में हमें खुद ट्रस्ट या फिर हमें इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं होती, that product will never able that product we might not able to get sell ever. So dress for the sales success. One more thing which he tell about, that we have to dress nicely accordingly. It is not the most important part, but it create value or it create an impression. Not only does dressing for succeed aid in building personal branding and company reputation, but it is essential to provide a professional presence for client to respect, trust and engage in the sales project. And one more thing which is tell, see the sale. Salesperson who can perceive the customer owning the product, pitch a mental image to the client that make them see themselves owning the product, know what the end result and ideal term of the sales are, visualize the outcome and focus on achieving it. And also he tell us that the be sold on your offer. A true seller believes that the product or service offered can fulfill or succeed both claims and a client expectation. So this stand give it the undeniable advantage to any salesperson looking to persuade buyer. नो योर वैल्यू प्रोपोजिशन। एक और बात जो बोली उन्होंने, बोला कि योर वैल्यू प्रोपोजिशन की हमें वैल्यू पता होनी चाहिए। Understanding what the customers value the most, the emotion that drive them, the ideal solution empower the seller to be persuasive on a deeper level. Always agree with your client. One thing which I might find interesting, or the emotion which I might feel, is that always we have to agree with our client. Agreeing with the customer encourages unity, trust and balance needed to create fertile ground for every sales. Customer to be treated as price assets. हमें अपने कस्टमर को प्राइस असेट्स ट्रीट करना चाहिए, एंड लाइफ फोर्सेस एनी बिजनेस बिकॉज दे आर इफेक्टिव सेल्स पीपल अंडरस्टैंड द पावर ऑफ यूजिंग एग्रीमेंट टू क्लोज मोर सेल्स। हम अगर प्रोडक्ट उनको सेल कर रहे हैं, तो हमें उनके लिए जो बेनिफिट रहता है और प्रोडक्ट भी उनको बेच सकते हैं। Acknowledge the client, the guide the way to closing the sales by emphasizing value and what customer may experience if they don't follow through. Double dollar demonstration. Cardone affirmed that the giving customer far more in value what they pay for key, and every epic sales uses the strategy. Be time efficient. Assume the close. A smart salesperson continue to pitch the sales as it will result in a yes without concern to avoid a no response later. Always persist in the close. Persistence in sales is rewarded with a close. Cardone suggests that the consumer must consider an offer multiple times before consenting to a sale or cultivating a determined attitude. So use brilliant sales strategies to forge ahead. Without a doubt that enthusiasm coupled with strategy sales learn to work systematically toward the sales by following the perfect sale process. Cardone shares and one can nurture the sales from beginning to end. अगर तुम ये बुक पढ़ोगे तो तुम्हारे लिए तुम्हें पता होगा कि प्रोसेस क्या होती है, स्टेप्स क्या होते हैं, तुम्हें क्या क्या चीज़ें याद रखनी चाहिए, तुम्हारे क्या दिमाग में होना चाहिए। तो one can sell anything by reading that book. I'm not saying that after reading you will become the expert, but you will get the idea, and you will try to, if you try to put those ideas in your real life, you might able to sell the stuff. And step 1 is to greet the customer, give a social warm introduction with confidence and trust. Class to start building a good relationship with the client. Second step, to determine wants and need and the prospect. A salesman who understands what the prospect sees in a product or service can predict what customer want. Step 3 is to select the right product and present or build value in a prospect eyes. Determining which good or solution are the most beneficial or desire drive the sales. स्टेप 4 इज़ टू मेक अ माउथ वाटरिंग प्रपोजल. उनको एक ऐसा प्रपोजल दो कि वो मना ही ना कर पाए टू द प्रोस्पेक्ट दैट दे वुड हेट टू रिफ्यूज. The final step and the most important step is to close the deal by using product and client knowledge. Every sales skill is one arsenal, and if negotiation extend beyond a normal sales cycle, consider seeking a new prospect to conserve time, energy, and resource. He also stated that the thinking massive and being bold is necessary. For a sales success, you have to be bold and brave. One has to be willing to improve and go through the distance to close sales. Price is a myth, but understanding value and what drives other to buy open a portal of thrilling, profitable opportunities. Realizing that the clients will pay any price for convincing solution or niche product is crucial to operate the abundance mindset. We might also internalize the wide sales advice to gain any edges in the industry, educating oneself through sales conference and programs, studying current consumer information and trend, and also brave a super persuasive skill to for the I'll use for the lifetime. इस बुक में, in this book we have I was just giving you the overall review. जो इस बुक में इसने बोलने की कोशिश की है कि सेलिंग एक बिजनेस अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं है, हमारे लिए लाइफ में सक्सीड करने का तरीका है. तो थैंक्स फॉर लिसनिंग टू मी, और एंड आई होपफुली यू माइट गेट सम आइडियाज़, और ये आइडियाज़ तुम अपनी लाइफ में इनपुट करने की कोशिश करोगे, जिससे तुम्हारे लिए सेलिंग स्किल काफ़ी इम्पोर्टेंट, एंड you will find a succeed, you also might find succeed in your life. Thank you so much.